Here's a good one. This is a very useful pose to do before going to bed. This is a non-doing pose. Well, they're all non-doing poses in that every pose that is done here with the right form of relaxed breathing and sensing the body is a non-doing pose. It's a catalyst to evoke non-doing. Become aware of awareness, being aware. It's the non-doing state, not the lackadaisical sort of off with the fairy state. That's dissociation. That is completely different. Non-doing here is an alive non-doing, an engaged non-doing. The end, E.N.D. It's an engaged non-doing, which is in harmony with nature. It's biodynamic. It has every facet of the universe felt in a way. The body is an expression of the universe when it's felt a level of arising and passing. There's no difference then between the arising and the passing. If there's analysis of this is arising, this is passing, this is just another construct. It's an abstraction of thought. Thought is abstract. It's abstract and then it becomes a concept. So when a thought is held onto, or the abstraction is held onto, then it becomes a concept, or it becomes, a recollection of past or projection of future. This isn't the non-doing essence that I'm alluding to here. The non-doing is a vitality, an engaged interaction with nature, because we are nature, we're not separate from it. So this next pose is a really useful way of non-doing and feeling the vitality that arises with that non-doing. A great one to do before you go into bed at night. The yogis say if you do this for long enough, it's a longevity pose. So very good for all of the organs. Again, in yogic literature, it's deemed to be the queen of poses, which is, as far as health benefits go, it's actually the ultimate of poses, supposedly, helping to rejuvenate the glands, and especially areas such as the thyroid gland and the central sort of ductless glands of the body, helping to reduce them or stimulate them. So let's just do it, and let's do it in a way whereby hopefully when you're watching you can be with the essence of what it's trying to portray, to pass over. It's the non-doing sort of aspect, and it's an excuse to evoke the non-doing. Oh, and I'm going to use a bolster just here to give extra leverage. So for those people who find they're a little bit wonky or not quite able to hold the shoulder stands that well, it's useful to use a bolster. You can put your legs up against the wall. That's the starting of a shoulder stand. So Sarvangasana. If you put your legs up against the wall, maybe a cushion underneath your pelvis, then you'll optimize the venous oxygen, deoxygenated blood back to your heart. Yeah, and it's a non-doing sort of facilitation of that return of the deoxygenated blood back to your heart, and the lymphatic drainage gets enhanced as well. So anybody with a edematous sort of build up around the ankles or the knees will get benefit from this. Okay. And obviously, that's see your medical practitioner first of all to make sure that you're actually healthy or healthy enough to do these sort of things. There are certain heart conditions that might not be of benefit by doing this pose. Heart conditions such as pathologic heart conditions, and the doctor will be able to advise you with that as to whether it's appropriate or not. Okay. So you usually put the bolster around about the level of the kidneys. And then put the elbows onto the buttocks. And lift up like so. And you can put hands further up if you want to. That's it. Chilling out in that position is a wonderful way of just letting the worries of the day just drain away. No one needs to echo or continue or repeat the events of the day. You can let them just drain, both the unpleasant ones and the pleasant ones, and come back into that sense of arising and passing, the vitality that both helps you to sleep deeply and also to wake up and be full of life. The non-doing. So non-doing is not a theory. It's a felt sense reality. You can write articles, books, all sorts of things based upon it, but if you're not living it, it's never going to be real. It's always going to be, again, an abstraction, which becomes a concept, and so on. So yeah, to live it, to edge towards simplicity. Again, not binary simplicity here, but edge towards a felt sense simplicity, if at all possible. And of course, sometimes it can be quite hard to attract or to bring in or orchestrate a simplicity into the life, but we can always bring in degrees of simplicity. It doesn't have to be all of a sudden, living in the expanse of the bush like here. It can be the simplicity of just, not necessarily watching the TV when you come back home, perhaps. I mean, if you feel that, that's what the mind needs at that time, of course, that's something to acknowledge, but not to distract all of the time, to notice what's taking place, the simple intelligence that is wanting to find balance all of the time. The body's wanting to find balance all of the time. That is health. Health is balance. Balance is health.